Good morning once again. So let's start with our focus statement as we do every Sunday morning just before we start the message. So with all the V's, we really want to hear it from all of you out there, nice and loud. Here we go. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Still feels good, even though we are here in this virtual format or in this online format. I can still feel you out there. I can still feel your presence. I can still feel the love that you are, the love that you have to share, and the love that you express out into the world. So this morning, as always, we are working with the theme this year of 2020 Spiritual Vision. That's the theme for Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide. And this month's theme itself is honoring the divine feminine within each one of us. So today we are talking about nurturing as strength. So when we think about nurturing itself, sometimes people will assign nurturing a feminine quality that only women can be nurturers. But what we know is that each one of us has the capacity to nurture, because each one of us, it is the inherent nature within each one of us to nurture, because also what we know is that there is no masculine, there is no feminine, there simply is the one itself, the one life itself. And it expresses through each one of us individually. Some of us in masculine form, some of us in feminine form, and some of us in non-binary form. It really doesn't matter how we identify, but the fact that nurturing, the idea of nurturing, is universal. That it is within each and every one of us, that each and every one of us has that wonderful capacity to nurture and to love. When I think of nurturing, some of the words, the synonyms that arise for me with nurturing are compassion, care, tender or tending to something, paying attention to something, guiding something, helping something, protecting something, mentoring something, teaching something. That when we are nurturing, if you think of nurturing a small child or a puppy or a kitten, that what we're doing is we're providing tender, loving care, that we are being in relationship with them from a loving, sweet, gentle place. And yet there is a guarding, right? There is a guiding, there is a guarding, there is a protecting to aid in the development of this young being, aid in the development of this beautiful life form that has recently come into this time and space, into this realm of existence. And there is a strength in that, because what is required when we are working with these young beloveds is there is a patience that is required. There is a perseverance that's required. There is a flexibility that is required. There is an adaptability that is required in order to be able to nurture. And all of these things, behind that is a great love, and behind that there is this strength, there is this power, and it is only one power expressing itself through our strength. So when we think of nurturing as strength, that it really takes a lot of strength, if you will, to be able to nurture, to be able to be present, to be fully present with a young life. If we think about it of nurturing our garden, then it's tending to the garden and being mindful as to how we go about what we do when we're working in the garden. The gentleness of planting the seed and tilling the soil, and then planting the seed and then covering it and slowly taking care of it, and being patient as We know that the soil takes care of and does what it needs to do to produce the life form, to produce the plant itself. Because as we mentioned last week, the infinite love intelligence is already there within the seed itself. And we plant it into that fertile soil that knows how to bring forth life, knows how to bring forth creation, knows how to bring forth form that we don't need to take any thought for it. We simply allow it to unfold, allow it to be. But what we are called to do in this nurturing time is we are called to make sure that the soil and the plant is receiving the right amount of light. We're called to make sure that it's receiving the right amount of water. Each one of us has the opportunity to tend to our garden and pull the weeds as they come up, to nurture the plant's growth by tending to what we need to do. And then simply allow the growth, allow the fruitage of the plant. And it requires patience. It requires care. It requires love and mindfulness as we do these things. And so that's what we're called to do in this time as well. We're called to be mindful. We're called to take care of one another. We are called to nurture one another. As we now are here in California staying at home by order of Governor Newsom, right? That we've been ordered to stay at home. We've been ordered to turn within, if you will, and we've been ordered to take care of one another. I don't look at this time as a time of social isolation. I look at this time as a time of retreat. It is a time of being able to step back and to reassess and to reevaluate all that is going on in the world, all that is going on in our lives, and all that is going on in our internal world. We have the opportunity here to breathe in a moment, to allow and to reset and rejuvenate if we simply choose that to be the way we are going to respond. So we have the opportunity to take care of ourselves, to nurture ourselves and to nurture one another, to have compassion for ourselves, to have compassion for one another, to cooperate with one another, to co-create something new. In our philosophy, our purpose of our philosophy of Centers for Spiritual Living is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And we've been given this wonderful gift, this gift of time to do exactly that. We've taken we've taken preventative actions. And as we are joining in the world and taking preventative actions, the world is joining us in consciousness. The world is joining us in knowing what it is that we do, what it is that we contribute. Because what we teach here at Centers for Spiritual Living, we teach oneness. We teach interdependence. We teach that there is the spirit within me guides me and the spirit within you guides you, and that it is our spirit within each other that meets one another. It is the divine meeting the divine. It is love meeting love. And that is what we teach here. So we have a leg up in a way through this time. We already know our oneness. We already affirm our interdependence. We already know that we are one and with one another, our brothers, our sisters, our siblings, and we know that we are one with God because we know that there is only one. And so we have the opportunity then to nurture the world and nurture our neighbors, guide them during this time, share with them during this time our love, our passion, our compassion, our oneness. We have the opportunity to teach and to be the fullness of who we are. We have the opportunity to teach by example, to lead by example, to guide, to share, to love. So what a powerful time this is for you and me, for all of us collectively, to really allow our light to shine, to really allow our love to shine out into the world, to bring our teaching to a much broader audience, to a group of people that are hungry for what it is that you and I experience on a daily basis. Our oneness with the divine, our oneness as God, our oneness with each other, our love, our unconditional love. And so we share this through our nurturing nature. We share this through our compassionate nature. Margaret Mead, the famous anthropologist, was once asked, when did civilization begin? And what is the first evidence of civilization? And the person asking thought that maybe it was the fishhook or some other tool, right? But Margaret Mead responded that the first realization of civilization was a healed, broken leg, a healed, broken femur. Now, why is that true? Why would that be possible? Or why isn't it some other thing, a broken femur, a healed broken femur? Well, when we think about the animal kingdom, a broken leg means death, physical death. Because on a broken leg, the animal is no longer able to get food or get water. The animal is no longer able to walk and move about and care for itself. So with a broken leg that's been reset, that has been healed, what that shows is that there was somebody with consciousness, with love, with compassion, that came and set the leg, that lifted the person and carried them to safety, that provided for them, provided food and water for them so that there could be a healing of the physical leg. So civilization then starts with us caring for one another, caring about one another, supporting one another, loving one another, nurturing one another. And so that is, again, what we are called to do here this day. So what I'm going to invite you to do in this moment is I want to ask you a question, and then I'm going to invite you to put it in the chat. Put your answers in the chat function. So at the very bottom of your screen there, you'll see the chat function. So I want you to answer this question in the chat function. What are you doing today to nurture yourself, to take care of yourself? What are you doing that is sustaining and maintaining your physicality, your mentality, your spirituality? What are you doing today? And I invite you to share this in the chat, because this way we can all see it and share it and affirm it with you, but we are also in a community supporting one another. And by seeing what others are doing, then that gives each one of us an idea of, another fresh idea of what we can be doing for ourselves as well. So what are you doing to nourish and nurture yourself? Let's see what we've got coming up in chat. And I'll let Michelle read some of these out to you.
Going on a walk.
Going on a walk.
Making yummy food for my family.
Mmm.
Reading, praying, and walking daily.
Beautiful.
Writing some songs, cooking, and Zooming with my theater kids.
Yes.
Dinah's taking the dogs for a walk.
Awesome.
Amber's deep conditioning her hair.
Hey,
Routine,
that's important.
Exactly. Routine, journal, meditate, learning. Shawnee's reading. We've got yoga, bike riding, reading, walking in nature, journaling, painting, checking in with friends, setting concrete goals each day, and intentionally slowing down.
Yes.
Ooh, it's coming in fast, quick and fast and furious now. Let's see, where are we? Getting outside under the beautiful sky and doggy time, online meditation and yoga with community, taking the 3-year-old for a walk, hiking and taking time for meditation, science of mind, photography, grilling, and tax prep.
Ooh.
Stuart is nurturing heirloom tomato plants that Dinah started from seed last week.
Nice.
Or I'm assuming, or maybe Stuart started them from seed. I don't know who the I is in that sentence. Being more aware of my surroundings and being safe. Elizabeth homeschool with Cameron and Sophia.
Beautiful.
Setting up our exercise area tomorrow and Chester. Jeannie walks, exercise, fixing things, cooking, gardening, reading, listening to music, yoga, and here with you, food for my soul. That's from Doris.
Hi, Doris. Love you.
Jared
Doris is joining us from Las Vegas, everybody. Jared, what's Jared doing?
Celebrating the end of his school quarter.
Congratulations, Jared. Awesome. I know you had finals this week, too, so congratulations there.
Sarah is watching Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon. A lot
Fun.
of laughter.
Yes, laughter is good. Really good. Helps with the lungs and breathing. Laughter.
Darlena is meditating daily, reading and creating her own reality.
Absolutely.
Talking with her clients, affirming the truth with them. Earl is flying his drone.
Hey. Get us some good aerial shots, Earl. You know, we could always use some good aerial shots for video. That would be awesome. So yeah, get us some of that too. Michelle just got super excited about that.
I know. I'm like, hello, new website pictures.
Yeah.
Marty says that Trixie is nurturing her family.
Oh, Trixie. We love Trixie. See how beautiful. Look at all these wonderful things that you are already doing to nurture yourselves and nurturing each other. Right? Looking out for one another. And what a beautiful way of nurturing each other right here in spiritual community. Sharing what it is that you're doing. I'm really excited to hear that many of you are leaning into spiritual practice. That is absolutely wonderful and absolutely necessary at this time. Leaning into that meditation time. Leaning into prayer. Leaning into journaling. Leaning into reading. Especially if you're reading something that is inspiring to you. You know, Ernest Holmes or Joel Goldsmith or any one of our wonderful New Thought authors. Really leaning into that and nurturing your soul and nurturing your body. And I love that Amber's like deep conditioning her hair. Fantastic, you know? What a wonderful thing that we are all given this great opportunity to really be present in our lives when we don't always have that great opportunity, right? That we actually have this time of slowing down to be fully present, fully awake, and fully aware. And by us doing this, by us participating in this way, we are lifting the consciousness of the planet. We are awakening spirit. We are awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence, and girl, just to its magnificence itself, right? Not just its spiritual magnificence, but it's to its totality, to its full magnificence. How fantastic is this? I am so grateful for this beloved community and the way we come together. And I'm so grateful that many of you are leaning into that spiritual practice. And we have that spiritual practice every morning, Monday through Saturday at 9 a.m., where me and our practitioners are online and we are leading a guided meditation daily, Monday through Saturday. And then it's followed immediately by affirmative prayer so that you can stay connected. And if you haven't already noticed, I am on Facebook now almost every morning, sharing just highlights from the week or highlights for the day or an inspirational thought for the day. So I'm coming to you live on Facebook that way every single day, just for a brief snippet, just to say hello and to connect. So I invite you to make sure that you are checking the Facebook page and also checking our website. Another way we are staying in touch and nurturing our community is our website. Michelle has been a true goddess with the website in updating it regularly. There is information happening for you constantly on the website. So I want you to make sure that you are checking out the website. We've got links there. There's the coloring pages there. We have the links to the concerts that are going on, the live Facebook concerts that are going on every evening on the weekends. Those links are there. There's great information that's happening that we're able to share. And if you've got something to share that you would like to share with a larger community, I invite you to share that in on our Facebook page so that it goes out to our larger community as well. So this is a great way of nurturing one another and nurturing ourselves. And it takes strength. We are in a time of evolution. We are in an evolutionary time right now. That we are creating something new. Old patterns, old ways of being, old ways of behaving are falling away. Old structures are falling away because they absolutely need to fall away. And what is happening is we are in this beautiful time of gestation, like I talked about last week. We're in this beautiful time of gestation, of creating something new, of developing something new, and we're doing it together. We are in a constant, continuous co-creation with the universe, co-creation with spirit, co-creation with each other. And this is a heightened time for all of us. And how wonderful it is to be able to do this together. Truly, we are creating something new, making the whole world new. What a fantastic time to be alive. What a fantastic time to be together in community. What a magnificent and glorious opportunity that we have right here at Centers for Spiritual Living, right here in Riverside, right here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. It's no mistake. We are here by divine appointment. I am so grateful to be walking this path with each one of you. Each one of you inspires me daily. I feel the love daily that this community shares with one another and that this community shares with Riverside and the larger world. Truly, 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 we are blessed. I am so grateful. So today, I invite you to choose something that choose something that you may have heard. Choose something from the chat that you have not yet been doing to nurture yourself, or to nurture your family, or to nurture one another, to nurture your neighbor. Choose something from the chat and try that this week. Try that today, try that this week. Oh, how good it is just to be together. So let's come together in consciousness here and now. Join me in prayer. And if you're comfortable doing so, I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. And let's just come together as one. And so I recognize that there is no distance, there is no time, there is no space. There simply is God, the Almighty, the One, the Whole, the totality. In the beginning was God, and all there is God, and all there ever will be is God. For truly, God truly is all that there is. And so because there is only this one life, this one presence, this one love, this one infinite, eternal, loving intelligence, divine wisdom, peace, and wholeness. Ah, how good it is to feel this, how good it is to know this. How good it is to recognize that I am one with the one, that it is the very who of who I am, it is the very who of who each one is. This one life expressing itself individually and collectively. This one expressing itself as the totality of being. I am so grateful for this awareness, this deep peace that passes all understanding. This deep love that connects all. For this interdependence, this connectedness, this connection, this communion, this community. This oneness. Oh, I just breathe it in and I allow myself to be breathed by it. And so I speak my word here and now this day, recognizing that there is no thing that stands opposed to the divine, that truly there is only this one life. And if God is for me, what could ever be against me? Absolutely nothing. I recognize that all that is occurring in this moment is occurring for the evolution of our individualized souls and for the individual and for the soul of the universe. That truly this is the goddess taking care of its young, taking care of its beloved creation. It is the goddess Kali, stripping away all the old, all that used to be, all that was, stripping it away, removing it, removing the obstacles, removing the egocentric ideas of the individualized expressions, calling forth all of us to come together in the one collective, united whole that truly is the truth of life, the truth of itself. And it is the Mother Earth Gaia bringing forth new life, bringing forth a newness, a new wholeness, a new being, a new evolutionary idea that is radical in its nature, a radical love, a radical life, something new that has never been experienced before on this planet or in this universe. I am grateful to know this. I am grateful to know that we are here by divine appointment, working together cooperatively, collaboratively, co-creating, and allowing ourselves to be the vessel through which the divine makes itself, herself, himself known. Oh, how powerful this is, how wonderful this is, how exciting this is. That truly we live in evolutionary and revolutionary times. And back of all of it is the love of the divine, making itself known, pushing itself into creation, into new ways. And so I simply give thanks for all of it. I give thanks for our beloved community. I give thanks for life. I give thanks for love. And I simply release this word into the law, knowing that it is done, knowing that it is unfolding for the highest good of all. I let it be so. Together we affirm, and so it is.